What is going on, YouTube? My name is Lucas, and today, of course, we're going to be talking about TSNPD, and we're going to be talking about HUMBL. A lot of information dropped today, guys. There truly was a ton, and honestly, a lot of people viewed it as a positive. A lot of people viewed it as a negative. Honestly, the stock price was all over the place. It got pretty good in the morning, and then it really had a decent sell-off at the end of the day, obviously with some news. But then we can expect some more things to happen today. Obviously, there's going to be a conference call, and supposedly there is a secret or something to expect, a surprise. We're going to find out. So I'm going to talk about all this, and I'm excited to bring, again, another video on HUMBL. It just is absolutely exciting, guys. So I want to continue to provide you guys the content since this is such a hot stock right now. So if you're interested, I suggest you stay tuned right after this. Before we dive into all this news, I ask that you guys smash that subscribe button, smash that like button, comment down below, and now it's time to get to the video. Let's go! I'm not gonna lie, this morning it started off cooking. We were doing really good, guys. We came out the gate, I saw $1. We were doing absolutely amazing things. I think it got as high as $1.19. We'll find out when we break down the chart. But we were really cooking. And then it's like the day it just started trending down. Obviously, we have the 10-year note going up. We have inflation going up. We have obviously still talks about stimulus. And at some point, this does start to encompass and affect the entire market. You know, some things we're able to fight through, but a majority of the market was really just heading down in the downward direction. And it's just absolutely crazy. I know the Dow was down a ton. I know the NASDAQ really had a retraction. And, you know, this is how the market works, guys. But this video is actually about HUMBL and a lot of things that they announced. And we're going to break this whole thing down. So let's dive into this right now. So we're looking, HUMBL Inc. announced today that Financial Industry Regulator Authority, FINRA, has processed the company's corporate actions as requested and has its name changed to HUMBL Inc. That is number one. So as you guys can see right there, it says corporate actions. So there was multiple. So in addition to the change in the company's name, HUMBL has executed a 1-for-4 reverse split of its common stock and made other changes to its share structure, including the creation of restricted preferred classes of shares, which will be issued to former members of HUMBL LLC and prospective investors of HUMBL. The authorized number of shares stated reflects these preferred shares on a presumed fully diluted basis. So this is what I'm going to break down a lot of. A reverse split, guys. Majority of the time, a reverse split is not a good thing. Majority of the time, a reverse split is being done because a company is trying to find a way to fight, to scrap, to stay on a major exchange. So that what they're doing is the stock price is being driven down so much that they have to find a way to stay relevant and stay at a decent price, the required price, in order to stay trading on the exchange. So what that company will do is typically they will go out and they will conduct a reverse split, which then lessens the float, which lessens, you know, basically shrinks that down, and then it causes, you know, they're taking in this case, a 1-for-4. So for every 4 shares you have, they're going to give you 1. And so in this case, this is not a negative. This is not a negative thing. The reason why they're doing a reverse split for HUMBL is because they want to take the float down. They want to be able to then cause the price to go up, which then is creating a more, you know, a really good looking price. That way more investors are interested in investing into it. Bigger investors are interested in investing to it. This also gives us the opportunity to then go after a major exchange like a NASDAQ. And so that is a significant piece. I understand why some people are confused, and that is a big reason why I wanted to explain it. Hopefully that is understandable, because, you know, when I first started getting involved with trading stocks, I really didn't understand a reverse split, and it happened one day, and it happened for the negative reason. So I've always had a negative outlook. As this has happened a couple times, where it's been in a positive direction, I start to become more acceptable of reverse splits. Guys, this is not a bad thing. This is helping the company become more relevant. This is helping the company become that much better to present, to get onto a NASDAQ, to get onto another exchange. So that's something that, I wanted to get out there and really talk about. The next piece is, in discussions about the reverse split, HUMBL COO and Corporate Secretary Jeffrey Henshaw stated the company's board of directors concluded that it was important to quell the volatility in the share price. Prospective investors and current shareholders were concerned that it was difficult to pinpoint the true value of the common shares. Furthermore, this will force any outstanding short positions to cover their position. Again, we're going to read that one more time. It says, furthermore, this will force any outstanding short positions to cover their position. I think that's extremely important as well. And then it says the board was also sympathetic to the need to not wipe out the holdings of the shareholders and therefore determined that the small reverse split would satisfy both requirements. Guys, you're going to understand that most of the time when an OTC conducts a reverse split, it is for a massive amount of shares because the float is so outrageous. Guys, a 4-to-1 in an OTC is not terrible. I mean, it's really not. It could have been a lot worse. I mean, who's to say that they couldn't have done for every 1,000 shares you get one, or maybe every 4,000 shares you get one. Guys, they did a 4-to-1, and it's for the better in this case. I can't say that enough. And that's honestly what I'm envisioning, and I know a ton of people are. It's just all over social media. Guys, it is a positive thing in this case. As a result of the reverse split, HUMBL stock symbol will change to TSNPD. As I said in the beginning, it just makes me laugh because, we were anticipation. We were ramping up. We're like, yes, ticker symbol change, and they added a D. Well, basically what I'm understanding is that D just symbolizes that the ticker will be changing, and it will be changing, as they said here, and it will be changing to HMBL on March 26, 2021. So this is, again, another major piece from this entire thing that they put out today. So that really is a lot of information and a big reason why I wanted to do another video on HUMBL, because this is important news. We know there is still a ton of information that can be talked about or discussed or unveiled from a TSNPD or HUMBL standpoint. And the reason is because we have yet to hear about the app. We have yet to hear about some other things like, obviously we've heard that acquisitions are going to be happening, things like that. But then all of a sudden, George Sharp drops an absolute amazing piece of information on Twitter. And so we're gonna break that down, and I'm gonna give you some thoughts. And this is where it becomes a speculative thing, and obviously we're gonna find out, but that's the whole reason of the tweet, was to create some speculation, to really get kind of your gears going in your mind. So here we go. George Sharp said, at 9 a.m., TSNPD will issue a press release providing details of a Zoom shareholder call to take place at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow, and he's talking about today. During that call, we will discuss today's corporate actions, provide updates, and make a big, huge, in all capital letters, HUGE announcement. Let the guessing begin. And then he finished out with TSNP. So my gears started spinning. I know a lot of people have as well, because the feed below that was absolutely amazing. It was just cool to see everyone guessing and really kind of just poking the bear to see what they could find. Guys, there's a lot of things that can happen. Obviously, we have already talked about, the ticker symbol change, and that's already happening. So then the next piece is, it says make a big announcement, and then it says huge. So I immediately started thinking that they're going to release the app. It's going to trickle through the weekend, and then come Monday, say that the app is going to be released, or maybe sometime here in the near future, they're going to give us a specific date for the app to actually release and be available to however many countries, however many places. That's one thing that started coming to my mind. The second piece is obviously an acquisition. We're getting to the point now where I always said that I felt the moment the ticker symbol is announced and changed, that they're going to just start really laying out the information, and it's going to be such a positive catalyst, because they want to do it in their own, basically in their own form, their own ticker. In this case, we know that that's happening. That's why the D is on the back of there. So we know that HMBL is coming on March 26th. We understand that. So now it is time to start getting the positive press release going. And so I could see, an acquisition happening. There's just a lot that I still feel is just on the cusp of being announced from this company. You have Brian Foote, who is just an amazing CEO. His team, like I said last night, is like the Justice League or the Avengers. I mean, it's a super management team. I mean, it's just amazing. George Sharp has been just really going to town on Twitter, and I talked about who George Sharp was last night. I mean, guys, this is honestly a great situation to be in from a stock standpoint. I mean, there's a lot of positive things going, and it's just a lot of positivity around the company. And now we've come to my favorite part of any video, and that is chart breaking down time. So let's swing on over here and check out TSNPD, Tesoro Enterprises, for one last time. Well, it won't be the last time because it won't happen until March 26th. So let's dive into this thing. It opened today at $1.05. It got as high as $1.22. I was really close. I said $1.19. Its low was 79 cents. Volume was 171 million. Market cap is 3.312 billion. 52-week high is $1.93. 52-week low is a big fat 0. And its average volume is 142.3 million. Today it closed at 85 cents. That was down 7.59%. And this is a one-day chart. As you guys can see, like I said, we were roaring out the gate. Obviously, the George Sharp rumors came out on Twitter yesterday. That actually came true and came to fruition. Basically, he was saying that, there's some exciting news that's coming out on Friday, and the ticker change is basically happening. That ended up being the case, so it shot out the gate. And then, obviously, as the day trended on, as the market really kind of started heading in the south direction, not a lot of positivity. The 10-year note's going up, inflation's going up, guys. It's just, there really is a lot of negativity. This stock ended up trending down really around lunchtime, and to kind of wrap out to the end of the day, it was kind of flat until we got the announcement of the reverse split. As you guys can see, that's when we hit the low of 79 cents. Now, this is where I kind of understand both sides. I can understand why people sold, and the reason I say that is because some people don't want to be a part of a reverse split. Some people don't like the entire idea. And so obviously they sell out. Some people viewed it as a negative thing, even though in my opinion, it's not a negative thing, but some people viewed it as a negative thing and they don't want to be a part of that. So we had a big sell-off. We sold off from basically, it looked like $1, I would say $1.10, $1.09, all the way down to 79 cents. It rebounded because then you have the opposite. People who believe in this company, like myself, who added an extra 1,000 shares. I see the vision, I see the longevity, I believe in the company, but most of all, I believe in Brian Foote, the CEO, and I believe in the team. So, obviously, I had no problem adding another 1,000 shares. That put me at a total of 35,000 shares after the reverse split. That puts me at 8,750. I'm not going to complain about that. I believe in the company, I believe in the direction, so I'm all for that. And so that's really kind of what I wanted to talk about, was just really what we were looking at. What we're looking at from a chart perspective, and really break down the entire, thing that happened today. I do look forward to this conference call. I think it's going to be very beneficial. I like how they're leading it into the weekend with a major announcement. It lets people kind of sit on it. It gives them excitement. And hopefully starting Monday, we really start to come out the gate. We're going to have to find out. It's going to be exciting to hear what they have to say. I'm sure we'll be discussing it in my live stream tomorrow night. I do live streams every Friday, so I'm excited for it. I appreciate you guys swinging by and checking out this video on TSNPD, HUMBL, and you guys, I'm excited. I truly am. I can't say that enough. I've said this numerous times in every video I've done. I'm just looking forward to the future. This is something that is definitely going to have a major impact in the future. So it's just beyond exciting, guys. I do want to remind you guys, I'm not a financial advisor, and anything I say in this video is for pure entertainment purposes only, and that's exactly what I'm here to do, is entertain. And you guys know how I do it. If you like this video, smash that like button. It helps out tremendously. And if you enjoy the content, because I'm going to keep the content flowing, subscribe to my YouTube channel. And as always, have a good day.